The hardest part about like a spiritual path, being like spiritually aware, is being spiritually aware in a world that's still lost, that's still sleeping, you know what I'm saying? So what I mean by that is like you're gonna learn a lot of stuff, you know, like you're gonna remind, like your spirit is gonna be reminded of a lot of things that you already know within yourself internally. But within this world, it's a little bit tricky, you know what I'm saying? Because the whole world, not the whole world, but most part of the world still sleep. And of course it's not their fault, it's more the system that it's fault, because like the system is just set up that way, is built that way to keep people sleeping, to keep people distracted, to keep people in low energies, you know? So this is what's going to be the hardest part about this spiritual path. Not just spiritual path, but more just like a righteous path, you know, just being really a person with morals, with high integrity, just being a stand-up real person, you know, keeping it real when everybody's wearing a mask, you know. These are gonna be the hardest challenges, you know, because it's like you're gonna be in between both worlds, you know. You're gonna have all that spiritual understanding. You're gonna be connected, you know what I'm saying? When you're truly connected with God, with your guardian angels, whatever you work with, whatever is your situation, you're gonna feel that. And once you're really in that, it's not something that you can turn on or turn off, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think on the way there, it's gonna be like a lot of phases where it turns off, turns on, but like once you like is someday you're just gonna have like a breaking moment, and it's not like breaking down, it's more like breaking through. And after that, you just cannot turn it off anymore, you know. This is like your default reality. But you're still on a planet with other human beings. Not only that, you're on a planet with other human beings who still are not even close. They're gonna probably need a lot of more lifetimes to even understand just bits and pieces of what you already understand, you know. So the hardest challenge is going to be staying still grounded, you know, because a lot of times you're gonna go through the world and it's gonna be like, why the fuck am I being a good person? Why the fuck am I being honest? Why the fuck I'm keeping it real? Why the fuck I'm clinging to all this righteousness energy, but people are not? And this is where the challenge comes in, you know. But since you are more spiritually aware, since you understand more things, since you know what's right and what's wrong, it's your obligation, you know, it's your responsibility to stay within that. And the path is not easy, you know, and the truth. And the hardest part about it is really just because other people are still asleep, you know what I'm saying? And you're just gonna have to view it like, you know what I'm saying, like they are children, not in the down looking way, you know, but like let's just look at it from a human aspect. Like let's say you're talking to children in that, for that metaphor to make sense. If they would say something that's not really smart, let's say it like that, you would not be mad at them, right? Like, because it's children, they still have to learn, let them be children, right? That's the same thing when you're spiritually aware with other humans, you know. Spiritually compared to you, they're still children. While spiritually there is no better or worse, you know, and as humans we all are worth the same thing, you get me? But like, you're still gonna have to view it like that. So it's just a lot of spiritual children. So that's why by default it's gonna be a little bit harder to navigate through this life, staying righteousness, you know what I'm saying, staying truthful, staying honest, staying good-hearted, you know, because other people are far from that, you know. But it's not our job to correct every person, and especially it's also not our job to become like them, you know. Because imagine yourself, like, you see all this pain, you see all this hurt, you see all these negative energies, all that toxic shit within real life. Now imagine you would pick up those energies too. You would become like them. That would suck, right? That would be bullshit. So let's not even, you know what I'm saying, waste thoughts on that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna stay kind, compassionate, loving, and respectful, you know, even when they are not. But over time, we're gonna wake them up. Over time, we're gonna make them realize, you know, because at the end of the day, we are all children in a body, you know what I'm saying? Still small children, and we grow up, but the inner child stays with us, you know? So let's stay playful, let's stay kind, you know what I'm saying? Let's not worry about what they're doing. The important thing is what we are doing. And what we're doing is going the right path, is doing this shit God's way, you know? So with that being said, I love you, I appreciate you. God is the greatest as always, and let's go.